For decades, fans have wondered about the strange, uneasy relationship between Robert Smith and Morrissey. Two of the most influential voices to ever emerge from British alternative music. Two icons who shaped the sound, style, and emotional language of generations. And yet, two men who could not be more different. At 66, Robert Smith finally spoke openly about Morrissey, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with a clarity that only time can bring. And what he revealed wasn't hatred. It was something more complicated. Two icons from the same era, but different worlds. In the early 1980s, The Cure and the Smiths were often mentioned in the same breath. Both bands gave a voice to outsiders. Both explored loneliness, alienation, romance, and despair. And both frontmen became unlikely heroes for young people who felt unseen. But while Morrissey leaned into provocation, confrontation, and sharp public commentary, Robert Smith went in the opposite direction. Smith avoided controversy whenever possible. He let the music speak. He stayed deliberately private. From the very beginning, their philosophies didn't align. Robert Smith's long-standing discomfort. Robert Smith has never hidden the fact that he finds Morrissey difficult. Over the years, Smith described Morrissey as incredibly talented, but also deeply frustrating. Smith admired Morrissey's lyricism. He respected his influence. But he openly disagreed with the way Morrissey chose to present himself to the world. Smith once said that Morrissey seemed more interested in provoking reaction than communicating emotion, a fundamental difference in artistic values. For Smith, music was about connection. For Morrissey, it often felt like confrontation. Politics, provocation, and the breaking point. What finally pushed Robert Smith to speak more directly was not music, it was behavior. As Morrissey's public statements became increasingly controversial, Smith found himself unable to separate the art from the artist. Smith made it clear that while he believes artists have the right to express themselves, they also carry responsibility. In interviews, Smith openly criticized Morrissey's tendency to court outrage, saying it distracted from the beauty of the music that once defined him. He didn't attack Morrissey personally, but he refused to excuse what he saw as reckless behavior. Why Robert Smith refused to collaborate? Fans have long dreamed of a Cure-Smiths collaboration. Robert Smith shut that idea down calmly and permanently. He explained that collaboration requires mutual respect and shared values, not just talent. Smith said he simply couldn't imagine working creatively with someone whose worldview clashed so strongly with his own. There was no feud. No dramatic fallout. Just a quiet, firm boundary. Respect without affection. What makes Robert Smith's comments so striking is their balance. He never denies Morrissey's importance. He never rewrites history. He never pretends the Smiths weren't monumental. But he also refuses to romanticize someone he fundamentally doesn't understand. Smith summed it up best when he implied that great art doesn't excuse everything, and talent alone isn't enough to earn admiration. Why this matters now? At 66, Robert Smith has nothing to prove. He's survived trends, controversies, and decades of changing culture without losing himself. When he finally told the truth about Morrissey, it wasn't to settle scores, it was to draw a line between artistry and accountability. And perhaps that's the biggest difference between them. One chased provocation. The other chased sincerity. Robert Smith doesn't hate Morrissey. But he doesn't excuse him either. And in an industry full of silence, that honesty might be the most punk thing of all. What do you think? Can you separate Morrissey's music from his persona? Or does the artist always matter as much as the art? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic rock truths finally told.